Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending our 2020.
Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome students, families, friends, Superintendent Lucas, Board of Education, LHS staff, and Maverick alumni in attendance. It is a privilege to be here with you all this evening. A graduation ceremony is always a special occasion and a culmination of years of hard work, completion of goals, and especially tonight, a moment to celebrate the 2023 seniors' success. I want to start our evening the same way we start most mornings at LHS. At this time, if I could everyone please stand for the pledge and remain standing after the pledge, and we will do our prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag and tonight, Jeremy Valdez will be giving our prayer.
Father, we thank you for all who graduated from school, high school, and college this time of year. You have blessed them during their years in school with wisdom, friendships, and skills. You continue to challenge them to make this world a better place because of their education. Help them to look forward to their next steps, continuing in their education or entering the work world. Particularly help those who are seeking employment to find a job suitable to their education. Give them the faith and a sense of purpose in their next steps. Show them how to serve others in effective ways. And may they always be aware of in everything they do that they will find fulfillment in doing your will. That you will be with them always, and you will bring to completion the good work you have begun in them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Jeremy. Please be seated. All right, we'll begin our evening with our first address presented to you by Preston Miller, our salutatorian.
Good evening, and thank you for coming and supporting us tonight. I would like to thank everyone that helped me to get this far and to accomplish this much. I've had some amazing teachers over the years and would like to thank them for all their hard work and patience. I would especially like to thank my mother, who studied for hours and hours all through high school and pushed me to get good grades. I would also like to thank Mr. Roberson and Miss Stewart for all they have done for me and for making tonight so special. I'd especially like to thank Mr. Baca, who let me come in every day or whenever I needed to and fix countless tires or weld anything. Graduation is an exciting time. It is both a beginning and an ending. It's warm memories of the past and big dreams for the future. Our class has not had an easy educational experience. During our 13 years, we have had 2 teachers have babies, and we went to school in 6 different buildings. RVT, Southside, Central, DTMS, the new high school, and our own homes during COVID. We had our education and lives put on hold during COVID. Even with all of these challenges, I think we turned out pretty well. These challenges have taught us many things. We learned to be resilient. We learned that we can handle the craziness that is going to be thrown at us throughout our lives. We have learned how to work hard and be strong as we face difficult things. Hopefully, we learn not to procrastinate. We have learned to be responsible, and we have learned to work together. I don't think we should be so afraid of our future that we don't do anything. Sandra Day O'Connor said, "Don't be afraid of fear, because it sharpens you, it challenges you, it makes you stronger. And when you run away from fear, you also run away from the opportunity to be your best possible self." I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see where the future takes me and my classmates. As the class of 2023, we have had some amazing accomplishments this year, like art competitions, state track 4x100 championships, and district championships in football, to name a few. I don't think we are done doing amazing things. C.S. Lewis said, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind." I know this is true, and I wish my class the best of luck in their future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Preston. Now I'd like to introduce you to our next speaker, Calissa Ramirez, our valedictorian.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Lucas, our superintendent, our special guest speaker, Art Malat, LHS staff, graduates, alumni, families, and friends. I'd like to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2023. My name is Calissa Ramirez, and it is an honor for me to stand before you today and give you this valedictory speech. I am very grateful for this special opportunity, for it truly is an amazing experience to be in the position that I am, to be able to represent the class of 2023. I had not expected to receive this honor of valedictorian. Truthfully, I only liked the way straight A's looked. Valedictorian was just a happy byproduct, but regardless, it is a true honor. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for this day, for the safety and well-being of our attendees and graduates, and for our many opportunities and achievements. I'd like to thank our teachers for the outstanding education we have received, for their patience and efforts, and especially for tolerating our craziness throughout these 4 years. I would also like to thank those of you who are attending this ceremony, for you are our moral support and motivation for success. The time has finally come, the moment in which we were all waiting for, graduation. This is a defining moment in all of our lives, as we are taking the next big step into adulthood and into our futures. It seems like only yesterday that we were young children, worried not about our futures, not about work or school, but rather about the truly important things, like what games we'd play at recess or what we'd have for lunch. I look upon my fellow classmates and graduates and remember precious moments of our past. I see memories of laughter, of playing, of movie days that we would have at school, and the field days that we would have at the end of the year. I remember being an excited child, ready to graduate, mainly because I hated schoolwork and tests. But now I'm looking upon the horizon, and it just seems so surreal. We all have grown up together. We have witnessed each other develop from the carefree youths of our past into the characters we see before us today. Each one of you is processing this experience differently, but I can gladly say that it has been an honor experiencing these years with my classmates. Beyond being our next great step, graduation is also a great achievement, gained through hard work and academic dedication, and it is an achievement not everyone acquires. We've spent many days worrying about our grades, studying hard for tests, copying each other's work, and getting yelled at by our principal, Mr. Robertson, to get to this very point. Our aforementioned hard work and dedication were especially crucial to enduring a portion of our high school years. During these years, we were presented with a unique challenge of the likes that had not been seen, COVID-19. It dramatically impacted the way we learned. Everything that we knew and everything that we were accustomed to had suddenly changed before us. We switched to remote learning, which was something we had never done before. We had less one-on-one learning time. We didn't see our friends during the school day, and it was more difficult for even the teachers to instruct, and we were generally in uncharted terrain. Despite these changes and despite these obstacles, we did not falter, for we are a class of resilience. When times became difficult, we persevered. When the world grew dark, we walked into it with the light of hope and strength. Even before COVID-19, we encountered many challenges, and we are bound to encounter more as we move forward. Therefore, let us not fear the unknown. Let it be known and remembered that we are resilient, that we are durable, and that we are strong. After this point, many of us will be joining the workforce, pursuing other college degrees, careers, apprenticeships, and even service far away. Despite all these differing goals, though, there's one thing that all of us in this class have in common. That is the hard work, endurance, perseverance, and growth that it took for each of us to achieve this milestone. Therefore, I hope that you are all as proud of our graduates as I am. And to my fellow graduates, I hope you are proud of yourselves. This very experience and memories of our youth together are a priceless gift. So as we go forth into our mysterious futures, we carry our past, our friendships, and our achievements with us. When times grow difficult, remember how far we have come and what we have endured. Remember, the world can bend us and twist us, but not break us. Therefore, there is no challenge too great for us, and none of our efforts are too small. As said by Amanda Gordon, there is always light, if only we are brave enough to see it, and if only we are brave enough to be it. I'd like to thank you all once again for attending this memorable occasion and for supporting our graduates. And to the class of 2023, remember to be the light that brightens the future, that brings hope and guidance to the world. Congratulations, graduates, and best of luck with your future dreams and endeavors.
Thank you, Kalissa. Now I'm going to introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker tonight will be Mr. Art Malat. I went and asked the senior class who they wanted to speak for them, and his name popped up, so we're glad to have him here this evening. Let me just tell you a little bit about him. I'm sure most of you know a lot about him already. He's one of our hometowns. So, Mr. Malat was born in Flint, Michigan. His family purchased the Lordsburg Liberal and moved to Lordsburg in 1949. He finished the 6th grade at Lordsburg, and then his family relocated to Durango, Colorado. During those years, he worked in the family business, and after graduation in 1963, he went to work with the U.S. Forest Service. He then joined the Colorado Army National Guard in 1964 and enlisted in the U.S. Air Force in 1966. He was assigned to several air bases, and in 1967, he was assigned to the 531 Tactical Fighter Squadron and Bin Ho Air Force Base. I don't know how to say that. Republic of South Vietnam as a weapons technician of F-100s. A year later, he was reassigned to the 19th Bomb Wing in Warner Robins, Georgia, still as a weapons technician, but now working on B-52 bombers. So, Mr. Malat, we thank you for your service. He completed his enlistment contract in 1970, returned to Durango, Colorado, and received his degree in biological science from Fort Lewis College. His wife and daughter then returned to Lordsburg in 1972, Upon his return, he began to work construction with Bishop Lumber. He and his wife have 2 daughters who graduated from Lordsburg High School. He and his wife have 3 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. He served on the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and HMS Board of Directors during its development. He has served 20 years on the local Selective Service Board, was the post adjutant for the American Legion Post, and is a member of the VFW. He is a longtime member of the Masonic Lodge and a longtime member of the United Methodist Church. He retired in 2016 and is in his 3rd year of his first term with the Hidalgo County Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker for this evening, Mr. Art Malott.
Thank you. They said you got to talk close up. Thank you, Mr. Robertson. Thank you, Dr. Lucas, members of the school board, faculty and staff, and especially the class of 2023 for inviting me to be here this evening. It's a great honor. Just to put your minds at rest, I was reminded that a good speech has 2 important parts. That's a good beginning and a good ending, and those need to be as close together as possible. I'll do my best. I thought quite a lot about what I might have to share tonight that could in some way be of value to you now that you're preparing to go off and carve your own niche in the world. I can only speak from my own personal experience, and there are others, though, who will agree. Maybe by this time next year, but surely by your 10-year class reunion, you won't remember much, if anything, about what you hear tonight or who said it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think probably your main interest tonight is snagging your diplomas and getting the heck out of Dodge. Is that right? Yeah. But your high school graduation is a once-in-a-lifetime event. It started about 13 years ago, and it'll never happen again. So sit back next few minutes and appreciate what you've accomplished. I'm sure most of you have thought about your next step. There are many opportunities for you. Whatever you've chosen, I hope it's something that you think that you'll enjoy doing for a long time. I hope that you've thought about what will make you happy. Come here. This feels more like home. I hope that what you're planning to do will also make you happy. It's said that if you're doing something that you enjoy and which makes you happy, that you'll never have a job. You'll have a successful career. Generally speaking, merely chasing a dollar will not satisfy you, but of course the need for financial security is an important consideration. But if you chase dollars instead of happiness, there won't be enough dollars no matter how hard you work. All of us need to earn enough to satisfy our needs with enough left over to supply our wants, not all of them immediately, because we need something to look forward to. One important thing I learned, and one that I found to be entirely true, is that a successful future depends upon our relationships with others. I read an ancient book written in about the 10th century BC. It says in there, 2 people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. So what I'm telling you here tonight is really nothing new. So I tried college, but I wasn't ready. I was on and off academic probation, and the Vietnam conflict was ramping up, and the selective service was in full stride. So Uncle Sam suggested that I continue my education in the Army or Air Force or one of the others. And believe me, the next 6 years was an education. So after 6 years, I had added attitude adjustment and went back to school. I had matured, developed discipline, and had found purpose. Right after graduation and before entering the military, I'd gone to work for the Forest Service, and part of that was fighting forest fires. One incident, my crew was clearing a fire line, and we were spread out about 30 or 50 feet apart, and the guy next to me hollered, "Hey, Malott, get out of there now!" He saw what I couldn't. The top of the tree I was working under had caught fire and was about ready to fall. And sure enough, just moments later, it did fall right where I was standing. So right then, I realized the importance of trusting your buddy. After I received my degree, my family and I moved to Lordsburg, and I went to work for my father-in-law. In the business world, I understood that my success would again depend upon my relationship with people. More importantly, I discovered that every individual has value and the importance of seeing people less for their position in life, their education, or their financial status, but rather more for who they were and what they had to offer, aside from the things I just mentioned. Every human being has a story that you can learn from. Listen to them to understand rather than reply. Let me say that again. Listen to them to understand rather than reply. We have 2 ears with which to hear and 1 mouth with which to speak, so use them wisely. I like helping people. I became a pretty good problem solver, and it was fun to watch someone come with a problem that seemed almost insurmountable for them, but after a few minutes, watch their face light up like a bulb when they realized that the solution was really quite simple. I also learned that old people don't have all the answers. We can learn from younger people. I frequently have to ask my grandchildren, or even one of you, how technology works. Right? Some of you get what I'm talking about. Since I retired, people often ask what I miss about my business. The truth is, I miss the people. After almost 45 years, I do not miss the day-to-day drudgery of trying to meet governmental requirements and having to figure out how to pay for it. I miss the people and I miss the conversations. Lou Holtz, former head football coach of the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish, maintains that there are only 3 things that you know to be successful in life. First, he says, do what's right. Don't do what's wrong. And if you get confused about that, read the Bible. Second, do everything to the best of your ability in the time allotted. And third, care about people. I'm glad that my parents taught me these things early on. Retired 4-star Navy Admiral William H. McRaven, in a way, expands on Coach Holtz's philosophy. He relates his Navy SEAL experience in a similar way. A SEAL will not rely on someone whom he cannot trust completely because his very life may depend on the performance of that person. So he will do everything possible to elevate his teammate to a higher level, someone he can absolutely trust to do his job. Now the question is, what will you do to improve the world that you will live in? Admiral McRaven suggests that in your lifetime, you may meet as many as 10,000 people. And out of that 10,000, you may have the opportunity to change the life of maybe 10. But think about that. Only 10 out of 10,000. There are 33 graduates here tonight. And if each of you changes the life of only 10 people in the next year, that will be 330 lives changed for the better, I hope. And by your 10th year class reunion, if those 10 people go out and change the lives of 10 others, and those 10 more, if that trend continues that way, by your 10-year class reunion, that number will have grown exponentially to 3.3 and 11 zeros after that. You do the math, but that's a crazy number. Now consider your favorite teacher. Who's your favorite teacher? That teacher that you'd like to invite to your 10 and 20-year class reunions. And consider the number of lives that they have influenced over the span of his or her career. Again, I remind you that your entire career will depend upon your relationship with people. Soon, you'll leave your circle of current friends, some who you'll not see again, and you'll make new acquaintances. Those acquaintances will become friends when you learn to trust each other. Trust and respect are earned. They're not handed out cheaply nor freely like Halloween candy. Trust is built on Mr. Holt's 3 rules for success. Do what's right, don't do what's wrong. Don't lie, cheat, steal. Then help other people to the best of your ability with the time you have with them. And if you do those 2 things, you will earn respect. Then finally, care for those that God has placed in your life. God also gave you 2 hands. One hand to grasp that person's hand who pulled you up to somebody that can do greater things and is still continuing to keep you from falling back down again. Your other hand is to reach out to someone else. Will you do that? The choice is yours. If you don't build good relationships with others, your goals will be much harder to achieve. Your ability to work with and lead others will be key factors for your future. Both Coach Holt's and Admiral McRaven's advice is good and timely. Cement their wisdom in your mind and follow it. Success is yours and yours only to decide. From here on, although there will be those who are willing to help you, it still remains you and no one else but you who is responsible for your own success or failure. Again, choose wisely. Well, as I pointed out earlier, a good speech should have a good beginning and a good ending. And the best ending is when it ends. So in closing, I challenge you to follow Coach Holt's and Admiral McRaven's advice. Do what's right, don't do what's wrong. Do everything to the best of your ability in the time allotted and then care for people. Do everything possible to raise someone else to a level where they can be trusted and respected. And with that, God bless you and Godspeed as you enter tomorrow. Congratulations, Lordsburg High School graduating class of 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Lott, for sharing your thoughts with our students and our visitors here today. We have the class president, Leah Concio, who wants to give you a gift from the class of 2023.
Oh my gosh.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to present Mr. Malat with a personal Bible cover as a thank you once again for being our class speaker. If we can give him another round of applause.
Appreciate that very much. And congratulations.
All right, again, thank you, Mr. Millat. So at this time, we're going to recognize our students who have a 3.5 or higher GPA. And when I call your name, just stand where you're at, please. So we have Calissa Ramirez, Preston Miller, Uriel Ritana, Jeremy Valdez, Esperanza Rodriguez, Adriana Cano, and Aliyah Concio. So these students, again, they were recognized on academic night, they were recognized last night and again tonight because they did what they needed to do. They went the extra mile to stay on top of their grades, get the work done. And this happened from freshman year on, so congratulations. Please be seated. So at this time, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Bobby Stewart to assist with the presentation of the diplomas.
Best part. Manuel Turner. For the first row, please stand. Amy Elizabeth Arambula. Dayton Zedrick Barker. Barca, sorry. Brianne Jolie Bivens. Aaliyah Jordan Cancio. Adriana Michaela Cano. Melissa Ray Contreras. Alicia Hope De La Garza. Raylyn Pearl De La Garza. Roman Anthony Gonzalez. Damian Xavier Heath. Alvaro Hinojos. Hannah Brooke Holguin. Haley Ray Hunter. Ethan Zeke Hawkes. Diane Richey Hawkes. Adriel Manuel Hawkes. Be seated. For the next row, please stand. Alicia Socorro Hawkes. Richard Claudio Gemente. Jeremy Alexander Madrid. For the next row, please stand. Preston Matthew Miller. Roman Jeremiah Murillo. Samuel Eric Ornelas. Isaiah Jacob Piedra. Harley Ann Poole. Aubriana Sky Powell. Alyssa Love Ramirez. Haley Peyton Ramirez. Sean Jacob Ramirez. Uriel Jesus Retana. Esperanza Alea Rodriguez. Jeremy Joseph Valdez. We almost fell. Ignacio Benigno Julian Zambrano. Oh my God, that's a hard one.
Yes. There you go. They all got their diploma, and if there's any juniors in the house, I got all your awards for next year in my back pocket. Got a bunch of free combs. All right, well, now we're going to do the turning of the tassel. So I'm going to ask the class president, Aaliyah Concio, to come up, and we'll go from there. It's getting closer and closer to your almost official.
Have everyone please stand for the turning of the tassel. Before we turn it, I'd like to say a little bit about it. Oh, just a senior, sorry. The tassel before graduation symbolizes your time as a student. When you move it to the left side, you are confirming you are now a graduate. If you guys are ready, turn it from the right to the left. There you have it, guys, 2023 graduates.
That's a little early, but before we go any further, let me finish the ceremony. So first of all, I'm going to thank everybody, and then I'm going to do a little farewell. So I would like to thank everyone who made the graduation possible. Superintendent Dr. Lucas, Ryan Cheney, the Boot Hill IT, live streaming our graduation, custodial and maintenance staff, our teachers here at LHS, and all the teachers from RVT, Central, and DTMS, our students, families, and Lordsburg community. We thank everyone because this is how it all happens. We thank the parents for allowing us to be with your kids for 4 years. And now my little farewell for seniors. Congratulations. There are 33 of you graduating from Lordsburg High School. Be proud because you will be crowned with the title of graduate today. The gym is packed with your family, friends, and teachers. Every person in here is proud of you, of your accomplishments, and of the goals that you have reached. We believe that each of you will be successful and carry on the winning spirit of being a Lordsburg Maverick. You all have the right to be proud of your achievements. Remember, so many people have made sacrifices in your lives to help you reach your success, and all are all in this room tonight. We all salute your success. You have met the challenge. Your new challenge is to continue to challenge yourself to be better than you are today and extend your abilities. Lordsburg High School graduates accept nothing but the best from themselves. Please accept the congratulations, wishes, and blessings that are being sent your way. Keep on working hard like this always. Good luck, and it is the time to celebrate. And lastly, remember that you are now a Maverick graduate, and as we all know, once a Maverick, always a Maverick. Graduates, remain standing, remain standing. Dr. Lucas and members of the Lordsburg Municipal School Board, as principal of Lordsburg High School, I certify that these seniors have met the requirements and standards set by the state of New Mexico for graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the class of 2023 graduates of Lordsburg High School. Now you can throw your hats. all for coming. Have a nice evening. Be safe. Congratulations again to the class of 2023.